Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, I decided to make, sorry, my eyebrow is bothering me. So, what's up, YouTube? So, I decided to make this video, because lately I've kind of been dealing with, depression and, haven't really been feeling very motivated to do anything, to get out of bed or anything. So I kind of wanted to make a video about the things that I do to try to proactively fight against this. This is actually something that I struggle with and have always struggled with. But I've never really talked about it really to anyone. So, but I know that people suffer from this. Like, I know I'm not alone in all of that stuff. So I don't mind talking about it, I guess, to you guys. And I'm wearing a hood because my hair is not looking amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, but anyway, so I thought that I would make a short video about about how it is that I try to fight against the short cycles of depression that I go through, since I'm having one right now. So that you don't end up just lying in bed and not being productive and not doing anything and just thinking that life is over, or I don't know. Whatever you think when you're depressed. So anyway, there are a few things that I like to do. The first one obviously is work out. That's why I actually started really getting into fitness. I started getting into fitness when I was in middle school. And it really was because when I was in middle school, that was when I first, like, I had severe insomnia. I was super depressed. I was a top student, and I played sports and stuff, but I had severe depression issues. And so what I did, I even remember doing this. I remember just reading about it, like reading about how to make my insomnia better. I mean, because it's not like I had the ability to go and see someone, to talk to anybody. And I mean, to be honest, I don't trust very many people, and I never did. So, so I didn't like tell my friends really about this and stuff. Is something I really just struggled with personally. It was like an internal thing. So I remember reading about like my insomnia. I'm very into trying to make sure that I do the same thing before I go to bed, to signal to my body that I'm going to sleep. Exercise is amazing. It starts because when you work out, everybody knows, you've read, you probably watch a lot of YouTubers. I'm not probably the first person to tell you this. Even if you don't watch YouTube, you probably have talked to other people or read this, but it releases endorphins and other hormones in your brain that make you feel good. They make you feel happy, and it's just a natural way to pick yourself up. It's just trying to get yourself to move. Like, you just have to tell yourself to move. That's the hard part. It's not the feeling afterwards that's hard. It's like knowing it and then trying to implement it is the hard part. But that's why I work out. And I've always been into working out. And whenever I felt like I really needed me time, especially when I was younger, I would just, my parents had 5 acres. And so I would just go out into our field and I would just run around our field with my horses and my other stuff. The animals looking at me like, what is she doing? So I've always worked out, and I love working out, and that's one of the reasons why. And also it leaves you with a sense of accomplishment. Like, it's like lifting weights and stuff. Like, if you do more than you did before, either just weight wise or one more set at a certain weight, just the progression that you see, that feeling of accomplishment, like doing anything athletic, it's amazing, and it makes you feel empowered. So so I work out. The other thing that I've been kind of doing is I've been making sure that I get up and I just do something. So lately I've been working on my front yard, and I'll show you that, and I'll show you some before and after. So I'll go out and weed and stuff. It's very methodical, and it's just like, it's like meditation time almost. And then another thing that I would do and this is part of the reason why I started the YouTube channel, is because I'm just kind of trying to document what I'm doing. But so another thing that I do, that you should do, is keep some sort of like a diary, something that you're writing about how you're feeling. And so this kind of is that, like, this step I'm doing, and you're watching it right now, maybe. I don't know what you're doing. Ignoring me, I have no idea. But anyway, so there's that step. And then the very last step, and this actually got me into something else that I absolutely love, is writing. Because writing is another great way to document what it is you're going through. But I don't really write straightforward like that. When I feel really down, I just like to write. So I will write short stories, and I've actually also written a novel, and I have self-published it. But I've written several things. I've written fan fiction. You could probably go find my fan fiction somewhere. But I like to write. And so I'm going to go through in this video, you'll get to see me actually actively going through everything that it is that I like to do to make myself feel better, and to try to pull myself out of this funk, this depression. It is so hard. The hardest part is actually getting out of bed, trying to convince yourself to get out of bed. And you can't overthink it. You just have to let your body roll out. Like, you just have to move. It is so hard. It is so hard, especially when you're trapped by your own mind. That is awful. It is one of the most awful things that we go through, and we dismiss it. We dismiss it because we can't see it, and we can't tell what's going on in the other people. So we just kind of dismiss it. That's how I feel about it. Like, unless you honestly are going through it, you really understand it, it's really easy to dismiss people's emotional states. So, but you really have to be your own advocate. So I rolled out of bed, and I'm making this video, and I had that smile on my face and stuff. You have no idea that I am going through this. So anyway, I hope you enjoy these next couple clips of me showing you what it is that I like to do to try to get out of my funk, to try to help myself feel better, rebuild almost. It's like you have to rebuild yourself. And the very last thing I'm going to say that I like to do is dance. I like to belly dance. I like to do things that make me feel good. Or I like to read, or not read, but I like to try to learn something new. Because it gives you, there's that excitement. It gives you a reason to get up out of bed, and you're interested in it. Like, when you have that, it's almost like first love. Like, when you first start something new, it's fresh, exciting, and you want to do it. You want to do it. There's no push to do it. It's not like, oh, I've done this 100 times. Like, or, you know, it's not like that. It's not like, it's like, I do enjoy this, but you have to go through those moments, those tough moments where, you know, something just kind of feels a little repetitive, even if you love it. Like me writing, working out, all those things that I just named, belly dancing, like, I love them, and I do them all the time. But because I do them all the time, sometimes it does feel like work. It does feel like work sometimes. So that's the very last thing that I'll probably say to try to get out of your funk. Do something new. Put yourself in a new place, in a new position. If you aren't going to school, try to take a class somewhere. If you like to dance, but you've never done it before, or you do dance, try a different dance form. Do something new. Try something new. Make yourself uncomfortable, and do something that, like, it's something that you have always wanted to do, but you've just never tried before. Those are my recommendations, and I'll show you I'll show you actually me doing all of these things. Hopefully you like it. Let me know how you guys deal with depression, or just when you're going through tough times. It doesn't even have to be depression. Just some people go through low levels of sadness at different times, and it doesn't last for a long period of time. But just how do you deal with it? What do you do? And I'll leave the video there. Thank you for watching.